What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer. It's your favorite hood priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, goddess, king. LadySpeech in the place to be, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you're somewhere in the world. You're also somewhere with me in my car, sharing some time and some space, and I appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're feeling this, if you're feeling me, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notifications bell so you keep up with all these here shenanigans. Oh, shenanigans. Oh, shenanigans. Oh, shenanigans. I'm here for you anytime you press play, anytime you press replay. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this video. Let's get into this video. So as you can see, today we're gonna get in a little bit of tea, a little bit of Jehovah Witness tea. Y'all like it when I get into this Jehovah Witness, recovering Jehovah Witness tea on this channel. So let's get into it. Happy Vlogmas, happy, Christmas, holiday, whatever holiday you into. There's like a 200-300 holidays around this period in time. So happy holidays to you. It is officially Christmas. I'm in America, so that's like one of the dominant holidays that's celebrated here. So merry whatever the hell you're celebrating. I hope you have a great whatever the heck you're celebrating. I hope it's joyous and amazing and beautiful. It is Christmas Eve. A lot of people celebrate Christmas Eve, and that is a focus. We're gonna focus on that and my reaction to that, being a recovering ex-Jehovah Witness and all that good stuff. So as you can see, I'm in my car because I'm in the parking lot of the sex shop. I actually picked up a gift for the homie. All right, so this year I'm pseudo participating. I was moved to get a gift for 2 people. Okay, so because I didn't grow up with the consumerism of the holiday, I don't pressure myself. I rarely actually buy gifts around this time for people, and gift giving for me comes from my heart. I am moved to do it. I do it when I'm called to do it, and it's really, I try to be very thoughtful with my gifts. I think about things you said, our conversations, the things that we're growing from, the things that we're doing all that from, and I try to really, tailor my gifts around that. So I just came from the sex store to get a gift for a friend of mine. I got her some jewelry, and then I also got her a sex toy, because that's me. That's what type of friend I am. So as you can see, as a recovering Jehovah Witness, I've been years out, and I'm real lackadaisical with it. I'm not attached to it. There's years where I get a lot more into it. I can tell you that I'm really into the decorations. I'm super into the decorations. I don't really decorate at my house. Like literally every 8 years I get a hankering. Every I'll buy some lights, but I actually buy Christmas lights to put up and decorate my home for all year round. So I'm into the lights, I'm into the decorations, I'm into that aspect of things. I think that stuff is fun, but I don't pressure myself to buy things for people. This year I was really moved to buy 2 things for 2 people, and for some very specific reasons. So the second person I'm buying for, I just finished up buying for them right now, and all that good stuff, and I'm gonna go drop it off a little bit later on. Right now I'm headed to the dispensary because Christmas is tomorrow and all the dispensaries are going to be closed. I live in Colorado, and so it's legal here. I ain't speaking about no illegalities, okay? It's legal here, so I'm gonna go to the dispensary, grab a little bit of something to hold me over. I want my Christmas blunts, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go drop off what I gotta drop off. So I'm gonna talk to you guys in between all of that good stuff, okay? So yeah, growing up Jehovah Witness, I'll link some other videos. I've talked about a little bit of the history of being Jehovah Witness and what it was like growing up Jehovah Witness. So I'll link, a couple of those videos beforehand. I'm not going to bore you with the history, but basically in regards to Christmas, Jehovah Witnesses do not celebrate Christmas at all. At all. They don't celebrate Christmas, okay? What I appreciate, and I've said this in other videos and I've said this in person, what I appreciate about growing up Jehovah Witness is that I got a history around a lot of the holidays that people celebrate. So I actually know the pagan origin of Christmas. I understand how it actually came into being as a holiday. I understand how it was used in regards to colonialism, and how when Christianity was advancing and a part of colonialism. It adopted the religious and the pagan and the witchy and the magical practices of some of its people. It was colonizing, so it was easier to get them to celebrate and get them to accept the new religions and all that kind of stuff. So being a Jehovah's Witness, it's a very academic religion, and you end up doing a lot of study, not only with the religion itself, but about other religions too, and the history and the origin of them. So they don't celebrate Christmas. I didn't grow up really celebrating Christmas. The bulk of my childhood, I did grow up Jehovah's Witness. Some of my childhood, I did not. So I actually do have a point of reference for celebrating Christmas. When my parents got divorced when I was really young, I don't even remember them being together. I think I was about 2 or 3 when they got divorced. I went to live with my mother, and even though my mother grew up Jehovah's Witness, she tried to integrate me into mainstream society. So she did, along with the only man I would consider my stepfather. They did create, her long-term boyfriend, they did create a couple of Christmases for me. So I do remember Christmas trees. I do remember a couple years where I had probably about 3 or 4 years before I went to go live with my dad, where I woke up with a Christmas tree and there were decorations. My mama really didn't do the Santa thing. She wasn't really about that line about some white man. Some white man did not sneak into our house to give you nothing. Okay, we black. No white man. I bought it. So she didn't play that Santa bullshit, but she did, like, I do remember a couple years where we bought stuff, and it was an awkward kind of a celebration, because she didn't have a point of reference. She was just making things up as she went along. But I do remember some presents and things of that nature. But it was only, like, 3 or 4 years, so I didn't have a super big attachment to it. When I went to live with by the time I went to live with my father, I probably missed it for like the first 2 years, but after that, I didn't really miss it that much. So yeah, we're gonna continue to get all up in that story. Right now I need to make it to the dispensary because it is happy hour, so I want to try to get that, and then I'll just pick up where I left off. I'll see y'all in a few. Peace. Hey y'all, hey, so we back, and I'm in the parking lot of Walgreens because I needed to get a bag for the gifts that I bought for my friend that I'm going to drop off in just a second. I also needed to get a nail buffer because I'm going to be doing my nails tomorrow. I just got a new dip nail system that I'm going to do on myself because I'm not going in the salons right now. And I also needed to get some offerings for my spirits and things. I do offerings to different folks in different, parts of my spiritual team all through the week. So I needed to pick up some offerings. And then I actually found some cookies like my grandma used to buy, those sugar cookies in the tin. And then my grandmother would use the tin for something else. So like I saw those in the store. My dead grandma was like, girl. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get you them cookies, and I'm going to also save the tin, and I'm probably going to put some sewing supplies in it. Even though I don't sew. For my grandma. So, just came from Walgreens and all that good stuff. So let's get into the next session of what it is like of being a recovering ex-Jehovah's Witness and Christmas time. So let's see, in my early 20s when I first left my house, my late teens, early 20s when I first left my house, Christmas time was kind of hard for me. The holidays were hard for me. And it wasn't because I had a strong tradition in celebrating. I only had a brief, reference, especially for Christmas. I didn't really, I had a brief reference for like mainstream Christmas. It was hard because the emphasis on family. And so these are times that people would gather in their family groups. And when I first left my family, that was really hard because these were days where I knew my friends would not be available. My chosen family was more than likely not to be available. So I struggled in the beginning. But I struggled, and then I also had gracious friends. One of my friends, his name is Maurice, he really, his family really embraced me especially during Thanksgiving celebrations. Other friends invited me, and then also through the years I began to build my chosen family, and we developed our own traditions. And then also I developed my own philosophies and belief systems and ethical systems and moral systems around the holidays, and I developed what I truly thought and believed around those things and wanted to do in my own traditions. And so as the years went by, it just became easier and easier. So as of right now, the holidays don't really bother me. They don't. I am in the habit of creating new traditions with my friends. I understand the colonial aspects and the oppressive positive aspects of all of these new wave holidays. I also understand the importance that poor people and working class people and oppressed people have infused into these holidays and what we've been able to turn them into. So in my Thanksgiving video, I kind of mentioned how growing up in my household with my father, that my grandmother, like, she would cook, Thanksgiving dinner, but it wasn't Thanksgiving. We didn't really gather around the table, but she would cook like the staples. We would have that kind of food. So Christmas was the same thing. I do remember growing up in my dad's household, my grandmother would get a ham. She would get a honey glazed ham, and as a matter of fact, I have felt moved to offer ham on my altars last week, last week, and I'm gonna offer some more ham this week for her, some honey glazed ham for her. So she would order that ham. Sometimes I do remember her cooking it. I do remember her cooking it every once in a while, but mostly she would just order it. And then she would make chicken and greens and, a cabbage side dish. She would make, cornbread and different other, like, soul food staples. So the day of Christmas, we would have, again, like a dinner, but it wasn't formal. We didn't dress up, or we didn't have a tree. We didn't, formally celebrate. But food was a thing that happened that day. And it was not regular food. It was a feast that happened that day. So I do have memories of that in my Jehovah Witness life and all that good stuff. As I've mentioned in other videos, we weren't the best Jehovah Witnesses, so I always lived this kind of double life. In the beginning, my parents were a little bit diligent, and it was really my stepmom who was a little bit diligent about letting people know that we were Jehovah Witnesses and I didn't celebrate. They weren't dogmatic. They weren't fanatical. And so, you know what? I'm going to be super honest with you. I participated in parties. I elected to participate in parties. Every once in a while, I would pull the "we don't celebrate" card. Every once in a while, but it was really all dependent if the activity was whack. If the Christmas activity it was whack in school, I was like, I'm good. I don't celebrate, but if it was cool, then I ate the cake, I took the candy, I did all that stuff, and I just hid the evidence. So, yeah, so we weren't the most pristine Jehovah Witnesses. We weren't the cleanest Jehovah Witnesses, so to speak. We weren't the best Jehovah Witnesses. So because of that, I was able to do some double life type of things, and I keep saying double life, so let me clarify for the people who aren't, hip to what I mean. When you are Jehovah Witness, there is people who live a double life, and within being a Jehovah Witness, that's a bad thing. What living a double life is you're putting on fronts, okay? You are living the Jehovah Witness life on one part of your life, and then in another part of your life, you're living a completely different life. So I lived the double life in that in my school age years, I pursued theater, I pursued art, I pursued Black history and militancy in regards to Black history. I pursued the history of sexuality. I did all kinds of things. And there's different ways to live double lives, okay? And so, then at school, I would allow myself to participate in other religious ceremonies, or learn about other things, and celebrate on a school level, different holidays and things of that nature. So when I mention, or when I say, or when I reference double life, that's the energy that I'm referencing. That's the energy that I'm referencing. So yeah, that's that part of my journey in regards to Christmas and being a ex-Jehovah Witness, a recovering Jehovah Witness. So where am I at now with it? I can give or take it. I'm not attached to it. I'm not attached to the religious aspect of it. I do appreciate and like the pagan aspect of it. I know a lot of the history in regards to some of the pagan lore and mythology and spirituality associated and appropriated with, Christmas. So I'm into the mystical aspect of it. I'm into that. Every once in a while I'm into the gift. If I am moved to give gifts, then I'm into the gift giving. I'm definitely but they're thoughtful gifts, and it's not about breaking the bank. It's literally about giving when I am moved to give. I don't feel pressure to celebrate, The older I get, the more of my friends, have begun to have children, and so I'm into it a lot more for the kids and the mysticism of it, of the kids, and the you know, there's a magic in it, you know, when it comes to the kids and for the kids. So I like that aspect of it. I appreciate my friends because we don't lie to the children. We don't preach the gospel of Santa, but we do appreciate the decorations and the gift giving and the food and the individual traditions. We take pride in, you know, reclaiming things and making things our own and incorporating different aspects, from Kwanzaa to whatever, you know, other cultural aspects that we have that are part of our lineage or our community, and also making up our own things. So, you know, yeah. You know, I can give or take it now. I don't feel any pressure to give in to the capitalistic aspect of it. I'm very clear of the bloody history of it. Thanks being a Jehovah Witness. I don't have any hang-ups around it. There are a lot of Jehovah Witnesses who are recovering ex-Jehovah Witnesses who have a lot of hang-ups around a lot of things. The way this religion, it is cultish. So the way it indoctrinates you, the way it brainwashes you is very integral, and it's very intricate, I should say, and unique. Not integral, but it's very intricate and it's very unique, just like all brainwashing and cults do. So, yeah, there's a lot of us who feel a certain type of way about this holiday, and the things we feel are a range of things. Hey y'all, hey. So we back at the crib. We're all done running our errands. We dropped off the present to my friend, and we're back at the crib chilling. And really, I think I've covered most of, or all of, what I wanted to cover about Christmas time, being an ex-recovering Jehovah Witness. It used to be a big deal. When I was first transitioning from being a Jehovah Witness, it was a lot deeper. My process was a lot more involved and in-depth. And I had a lot more things to process when I first left my house. But I'm at the point right now where I'm pretty processed. I'm deep into my new life. And again, I'm not attached. I'm not super attached to the holidays. So when I'm feeling it, I go with it, and I don't demonize myself for it. I gave there was 2 people that I really wanted to focus on giving gifts to this Christmas, and I'm glad I did that. And I'm really proud of the gifts that I gave to them. It came from my heart, it came from my spirit, it came from my soul, and I really wanted them to have these things that I got for them. So yeah, Christmas is what it is for me these days. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And it's also a big deal when I choose to make it a big deal. And it took a long time getting to this place and time. So I hope this was informative for you. I hope this was, good for you in whatever ways it needed to be. And it was definitely good for me. Speaking about my experience always heals me in some way, shape, or form. So thank you for holding space to witness me as I express to you what I've been through. So happy Vlogmas Day 24. Congratulations to me. Congratulations to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy whatever holiday, whatever cosmic event you might be celebrating. Merry, happy, all of that to you and yours. All right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow.